Và ngay sau đây xin được trân trọng kính mời đại diện 100 Architect lên sân khấu chia sẻ cùng chúng ta về tầm nhìn thiết kế cho các không gian vui chơi tại Coastal Quảng Ngãi. Xin mời ông Marcel Jesus Hernandez Pagetti, nhà sáng lập và giám đốc thiết kế của 100 Architect. Please welcome to the stage Mr. Marcel Jesus Hernandez Pagetti, founder and head of design of 100 Architect. Xin mời.
Thank you very much. I'm super glad to be here today. I'm very excited to show you this project that we've been designing for about 2 months already. And I think that it's going to be a really big success once the project is finalized and completed. So before I jump into the project itself, I would like to start by trying to answer these 2 questions first of all. Like kind of to outline what is the philosophy behind the project that we designed. The first question is how do spaces translate into emotions? Or sorry, how do emotions translate into spaces? And how do we activate and foster spaces with social interactions? So first of all, what we try to do here is always to bring people together and to make them interact and engage with the objects that we design. We want people to scream. And not only kids, by the way, that this is something that for us is really important. We want people, we want the user to scream, to swing. We want the user to take selfies. We want to provide of those experiences. We want them to sit in unexpected arrangements because the different configurations for sitting spaces really create a different predisposition for people to interact in different ways and connect in different ways. We also want them to lounge and to play board games maybe in the public space. Why not? In other words, essentially, I believe that the public space, the possibilities in the public space are way more than what we are used to see normally. So in our company, we focus our practice into designing spaces in the public that are free, that are for open access, for people to explore and enjoy and experience in unusual ways. So we want to create those spaces where people meet, play, connect, and also very important is to understand that we see public space as social infrastructure. We want spaces that people can literally connect, because when kids become friends, parents don't have any other option than becoming friends too. So those opportunities is what we like to do in our projects. Why is this so important? Well, we live in a world where technology is replacing our natural meeting places. And although technology is very powerful, but also is very dangerous, because in a way we are losing our rituals of presence. So we believe that it's very important to bring people back to the streets and to bring people back to the plaza. And this is all what we do in our company. Our practice revolves around this concept. Urban happiness is not accidental. Urban happiness is designed. Because people thrive when they feel safe, when they feel connected. People thrive when they feel stimulated. There's one quote that I like from this Chilean architect called Alejandro Aravena. Alejandro Aravena said that you can measure the quality of a city by measuring how many things you can do for free in that city. And I think that that's brilliant, because it's true. So public spaces are actually the soul of any development. Public spaces is what defines the success of any scheme. And a lot of time, we see public space as competing with the commercial space or with the residential space, because normally developments require more revenue generating space. The other principle that I would like to talk about is how the old playground is absolutely obsolete. So we believe that in the world that we live today, it's so important to understand that kids are not anymore where we used to be when we were kids. And in general, the user is not anymore what we used to be as well. So we are looking for how to make this concept evolve and become something new. The gray city that we all know, we require some the great city that is that we design and we build all over the world in order to create, let's say, efficient infrastructure, is in a lot of times danger of lack of interaction and making people really less human. So we want to design the project here for the Children Discovery Park in Quảng Ngãi. We want to especially design this as a pause for everyone to enjoy and connect, like a pause in the urban environment that can become something really special. And for that, we need to reinvent the plaza, because the old formulas doesn't work anymore. The old formulas don't work anymore. So we need to provide experiences. The playground is not anymore a place to only go and play. We really require to provide an experience, a visual experience, and maybe way more than that. We require to become inclusive, to become surprising. We require to provide with fantasy and surprise. Objects that are pop and controversial. A lot of people ask me normally, do you, like everything that you do is colorful? Well, not everything, but color is a tool, and we use it as such. Then the next paradigm that I think that is in crisis is that playing is not only for kids. I mean, we all want to play. I want to play. I'm sure that you also like to play. The fathers, the parents like to play. Grandparents like to play. We just need to figure out how. While a kid might play in a more physical way, maybe an adult might play enjoying watching a sunset. So where are those spaces, literally, within a playground? Where are those spaces nowadays? So why is this important? Because that's also a question that very often comes along. Well, a playful city is also is also a healthy city. So a playful city is also a healthy city. So whatever space that invites for physical interaction is a space that creates more well-being, health. Beauty is not less important. It's not less important than functionality. Beauty is a major contribution to the urban environment, and we humans are extremely sensitive to it. So I think that this is also a very important part of what we do as designers. And now I jump into the project. Those are the guiding principles that essentially guided the process of designing the Children's Discovery Park in here.